Gemini, hi. So this is going to be a reading for June 12th through the 18th, and I'll take a look into your recent past, your current energies, and your immediate future. And then I'll close it off with a couple of cards from the universe for you. And these are general readings, so they may not resonate for all of you. If they do, there is an extended at the end of the video. You can check out the link for that in the description box below if you want. And let's see, Gemini. What is going on? Ooh. Alright, the overall energy for the reading, the Hangman. It seems like you're, I don't feel like you're actively charging towards anything right now. It feels like when you want to, you kind of give yourself that pause before you act, you know, kind of a thing. I don't feel like it's a stagnant energy in terms of you're not doing shit, you're just letting things happen. But I feel like especially when energies come your way, you're kind of giving it some time. You're not necessarily reacting, but because in the past there, it seems like you have. For the past situation, you get the Tower, the Queen of Pentacles, the Fool. And it seems like you even surprised yourself at times where you felt like something was good for you. Let's go towards it. Let's make it happen. It comes in with the sense of, this really speaks to me, so I'm just gonna go towards it. I don't care what happens, I'm just gonna charge, you know? Not a bad thing. Not at all. It does come in with an element of surprise, you know, almost surprising yourself that you would be so open towards things that you feel that are good for you. In the current situation, the Nine of Wands, the Temperance card, the Eight of Wands. Yeah, especially with energy, again, with energy that comes towards you, you seem to be in this place of, let me breathe, let me not charge, let me not jump on it yet. It feels like it's very, very hard to stop yourself, you know, to allow yourself that time and space to act on things. But that's where I feel like you want to be at this time. In the immediate future, the King of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Five of Wands. There seems to be an energy that comes through here that's really passionate. It seems to be quite a good energy, especially in the connection with you. There's a lot of happiness involved too, in terms of, again, the attachment to you. But because it's so fiery, so passionate, it might at times create some commotion, you know, some conflict here and there. So a little too hyper, just a little. It could be your energy too, I don't know. So let's clarify. Let me clarify the Hangman. Neighbor's dog. For the Hangman, you get the Eight of Wands, the Tower, the Three of Pentacles. Could be a partnership, could be a friendship that's showing up here. But it's one of those things where there's an element of not even surprise anymore. It's almost like shock, you know, where maybe you're just sitting there minding your own business, and then whoever this is to you tells you something, and it's out of the blue, and it's like, what the hell was that? You know, like, where did this come from? Kind of a thing where you may be hearing some things about someone that's, again, quite important to you, or even them say some things and you're like, what? You know? And again, it doesn't have to be in a bad way, like, what did you just say to me, kind of a thing. It could be, I don't know, anything, you know, could even be positive, but you're quite taken by surprise there for sure. So I don't know what this partnership is, but it's looking like it's possibly shifting into a direction of what the hell, you know, and again, not in a bad way. Just do the Tower. Not necessarily, at least. For the Tower, you get the Knight of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, the Hierophant. Interesting. This Five of Wands there. This looks like a roller coaster, but a roller coaster that's quite weird. Because it seems to be quite steady for a very long time, and then it shifts, but like really fast. You know, kind of energy. I can't tell what the situation is to you. I don't think I'll be able to tell what kind of a connection this is. But it's definitely shown up in an energy of everything's good, everything's fine, nothing is out of the ordinary here, nothing is surprising in this situation. Even thinking that nothing can surprise you in the future about the situation, and then something happens where it's like, what? You know? Quite a deep connection though. Quite a meaningful connection to you. Let's do the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, 5 of Swords, 10 of Swords, the World card. You've been struggling around this situation for a while. I feel like maybe the situation has been closed off for a very long time. Or at least in the physical, it looks like it has been closed off. But there's also been a lot of deception around this, around the actual closing off of this. So that could mean that maybe this was a situation that was part of your life, very important, but at some point it ended. And when it ended, or since it ended, you kept on feeding it. You kept on, no, this isn't ended, or I haven't found my closure with it, or, you know, or maybe it looked like it was ended, but it wasn't truly, you know. So could have been either or. Let's do the Fool. The Queen of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, the 2 of Cups. Yeah, no, it was definitely not ended, at least in the way you were attached to it. Because your heart was still attached to it, was still attached to the hope that things can come back around in a beautiful way for the situation. So even if it looked ended, it was never really ended for you. You know? Let's do the 9 of Wands. In the current situation. King of Swords, 8 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Well, your intention is to detach emotionally completely from this. That's where all of your energy is at. That's where all of your focus is at. I need to not feel anything about this ever again. And that's where my mind is at. I made up my mind. There's still a part of you that rejects that, because you can't, you know, it would be ideal if we had off switches for our hearts and be like, heart, stop feeling. The ideal scenario. But you know, just like I know, just like everybody knows, that's not the case. So you can't tell your heart, stop feeling what you're feeling. All you can do is see how your heart truly feels and start accepting it. That might be a better scenario for this, because otherwise it's going to be quite the struggle, you know. Let's do the Temperance card. Page of Cups, 2 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. And it's looking like you're very much confused in this energy of allowing your heart to feel what it feels, and then checking in with that and seeing, oh, okay, there's still love there. And because there's no acceptance over, I still feel what I feel and I accept it fully, because there's the lack of that acceptance, there's also a lot of confusion, and there has been a lot of confusion over that. So maybe that's why you're stepping into this place of, all right, let's take charge. Let's put in the mind and let's control the situation. And I control it in such a way that I tell my heart what to feel and what not to feel. I don't know. If that works, let me know. But eventually, it's probably gonna come back and bite you in the behind there. For the 8 of Wands, you get the 6 of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the 9 of Wands. Yeah, you're feeling what you're feeling, and the more you reject what you're feeling, the harder it's gonna get. You know, yeah, you can call in your mind, and you can think that I'll just stop what I feel. Easy. Or again, you can go back to trying to accept what you feel, because there's definitely a sense of a soul connection that you're feeling, quite passionate, you know. And I don't know if this is a current energy exchange, or if you're going back to what was last exchanged and you're still holding that with you as an energy, in terms of revisiting what was said, what was done constantly, and that just reinforces what you feel. So at this point, I feel like you're at a stage of, one, trying to convince yourself that you can actually create an off switch for your heart. And then when you do step into how you truly feel, there's a lot of confusion because there's no acceptance over how you feel. So there's a little bit of struggle there. Let's do the King of Wands in the immediate future. Knight of Swords, King of Wands, Three of Swords. Whoever this is acting a lot from their pain. So whatever they're saying, whatever they're doing, especially towards you, it comes from their own place of pain. Which could mean multiple things. They could possibly talk to you, not talk to you. All sorts of things could play out very ugly or very shallow. Whatever it is, it's coming from a place of unhealed pain that they carry. It has nothing to do with you. But it's still there. It's definitely shown up as still there, not acknowledged, just there. It's their filter through which they act towards you. For the Nine of Cups, you get the Six of Swords, the Sun, the Knight of Cups. Alright. This is definitely an interesting concept here, because this is the concept of fully accepting how you feel. And if you step into that completely, I see you, you know, being able to release this in a very healthy way, where you can actually move on with your heart open and with the acceptance of, I still feel what I feel. And that allows for you to move on organically, naturally from the situation, instead of, let me fight with it, you know, or against it. Interesting. For the Five of Wands, you get the Four of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, the Temperance card. There's still going to be times where unpleasant things are going to show up. So even if you do fall into this complete acceptance over where you're at in terms of your emotions towards this, over where they're at in terms of their pain towards whatever, I'm not saying that it's going to be smooth, right? You know, it's definitely going to be smoother than what you're actually experiencing right now, but there's still going to be that little bit of push and pull with yourself about this whole situation, because your fears are going to start showing up, your insecurities, your sadness, your regrets, all sorts of things that still need healing. And that's great if you get to that place, because I do see healing coming. So even if you step into the aha moment of, I'm accepting this fully, and then you move on with your life, and then all of a sudden, all of this burst of fear and regret and all of the negative stuff starts showing up around this situation, be happy that they do, because I do see healing backing that up. They're coming up for you to heal, because there's still elements that need to be healed here for you, you know? So let's see what the universe has to close it off for you. Ten of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Two of Pentacles. Look, it's not going to be smooth sailing. I can't promise you that. I can give you that. You know, even if the cards do show up in the most beautiful, smooth sailing ever, which they're not, but even if they were to, healing is never linear. You can't have that. It's gonna feel stable at times. It's gonna give you a boost of confidence, you know, especially when it is stable. But there's gonna be those times where it's gonna be confusing, and it's gonna be like, what the hell am I doing? Am I doing this right? You're doing it right. That I can tell you. You know, especially if you feel it like that. So that's what I have for you. Hope this helped, and I'll see you next time.